So signs, synchronicities, angel numbers, magical things of that sort. If you're interested in that, or even just intrigued by the topic and want to learn more, then this is the video for you. Hey guys, it's Annie. I'm so excited about this video. This is a topic that I have been living by, honestly, for years. Back when I was younger, they always used to say, 1111, make a wish. And my whole life, anytime I saw 1111, I would make a wish, and I took it seriously every single time. So I've always been intrigued by that. But then as I grew older and got into manifestation and spirituality and understanding all of this, I realized it's so much more than that. So before we dive into the subject, I want you to know that we're doing another giveaway in this video. I had a giveaway in my last video. I will put the winner in the comments down below. But just know that I'm going to be giving away an amazing book called Signs, The Secret Language of the Universe by Laura Lynn Jackson. I will share the details on how to enter at the end of this video, so stick around. But just know that you must be a subscriber and also click the thumbs up button if you want to enter to win this. Oh wait, I have something really exciting to share with you, and that is this weekend I'm putting on a free masterclass on Zoom. You can come hang out with me for free. So if you are interested in this subject, in signs, in energy, in spirituality, in manifestation, there's a good chance that you're an empath. So I am putting on this free masterclass for empaths to understand their energy and how to protect their energy, and tools and techniques to do so. So if you have some interest in this, I invite you to join this free masterclass, 90 minutes on Zoom. Zoom means we get to hang out and see each other. It's gonna be so much fun. So if you wanna join this free masterclass this weekend, then click down below, join, and I hope to see you there. So there are different ways to look at signs from the universe, the synchronicities you get. If the spiritual aspect of it is something that you're a little intimidated by and you're just looking for, I just want to like have numbers guide me and feel good about it the way other people do, and I just want to understand it that way, that's completely cool. I'm going to talk about that as well. But there is a major spiritual aspect to it. Like the book says, it is the secret language of the universe. It's the way that the universe communicates to you outside of yourself. It's the way your spirit guides communicate with you. It's the way angels communicate with you. It's the way your loved ones who have passed over communicate with you. So I get signs from the universe all the time, especially when I'm open to it. When we're more in an open state, we're much more open and available to seeing the signs. But I want to share quickly the story of when my aunt passed away and the signs that I got from that, which were amazing. So my aunt passed away a couple years ago, and I knew she was going to pass away. She had cancer. It was the end of her life. And I remember waking up at around 3 in the morning, and I felt this intense energy in my body, like this vibration, like it felt really intense. And I in that moment just knew, I'm like, that was my aunt passing away, or maybe that was even her sharing that energy with me of I'm in spirit form now, but I just had a knowing of my aunt just passed away. I know it. And then shortly after that, my phone messages went off, and I was like, that is someone texting me telling me that my aunt passed away. And I was like, I don't even want to get up and look at it, because I want to pretend like it didn't happen and just not think about it, because if I get up and look at my phone, I know I'm not going to go back to sleep. So I waited till morning, got out of bed, looked at my phone, and sure enough, it was a message saying, your aunt passed away last night. And it was right at that time where I felt that energy in my body. And that day, I looked out on my patio and I saw 2 birds, and it felt significant. When you get those signs in general, like it's not just I'm seeing random things, you feel a significance generally with it in that moment. I looked at those birds. I'd never seen birds in general on my patio, but I knew that they were doves. And you know what's funny? I know this sounds weird, but I didn't know what doves look like until about a few months prior to that. A few months prior to that, I specifically remember being in Hawaii with my parents, and there was a bird in front of us, and I was like, oh, pretty bird. My dad goes, oh, that's a dove. The one on my patio was brown, and it looked just like that dove that my dad pointed out months before. Anyway, so in that moment, like, I felt the significance of the dove on my patio, felt like a sign. So I looked up brown dove, and what Google showed me was that brown dove was actually a mourning dove, not spelt mourning like daytime, but mourning as in like mourning the loss of a loved one. So I looked up spiritual meaning of a mourning dove. And the spiritual meaning was very much aligned with your loved ones from the other side are communicating with you. They want you to know that they're doing all right and they love you and all of these other things. And in that moment, I just had this feeling of, that's literally my Aunt Lisa and my grandpa sending me a sign saying, we're together, we're okay. Because my grandpa died when I was much younger. And again, it's not that those doves are my family members, it's those doves are messages saying we're fine. The fact that the description of mourning dove was exactly the thing that I needed to hear that day. And the perfect timing of just a few months prior, my dad telling me, oh, that's a dove. I wouldn't have known that in that moment to look up, oh, it's a brown dove. I would have been like, spiritual meaning of a brown bird, but I actually knew it was a brown dove, a mourning dove, and it had the exact message that I needed. And I knew my aunt's okay. My aunt's telling me she's okay, and I just had so much appreciation, and because of that, I felt an ease, even though that was the day of her passing, because she passed around 3 a.m. I felt like this connection to her. So getting these really accurate messages through her have been so healing for me. So that is an example of me being sent signs from the universe. But in that example, it was from my aunt. But all spiritual energy can communicate that way. So there are many ways that you can receive signs. They can be messages sent from your loved ones in that way. They can be angel numbers, the synchronicities that you see. How often do you see angel numbers? So 1111, 111, 222, 333, 444, 888, 123, 345, 321. So also numbers that are in order like that. So like an angel number is when it's 1234. So 1234 is also an angel number. And they all have different significant things to them. Like you can look up what each individual sequence of numbers means. But for me in general, to keep it easy, I tend to just go, oh, when I'm seeing all of these synchronicities, I just take that as I'm supported, I'm being guided, I'm on the right path. If I'm seeing a ton of angel numbers all the time, it's also good to notice what you're thinking in that moment. So if you're having a big idea, like some epiphanies popping into your mind, or you're having a business idea and all of a sudden you keep seeing 111, or you look over and the house number that you're walking past is 333, or you look at a license plate and you see 444, whatever you're thinking in that moment, oftentimes it's correlating to those thoughts. So notice what you're thinking and what you're focusing on as you're seeing angel numbers, and it's usually numbers to support you. And it's not an omen of something bad. So maybe if you're thinking about, should I break up with my boyfriend? And you see a synchronistic number, you get a feel into your heart, like, is this supporting? Yes, you should. It might be, but you get to look into where your energy was when you're seeing those things. But just know that those are signs of validation for you, and you don't need to have them all memorized. However, I do have some memorized. For example, the number 8 is linked to infinity, the infinity sign. It's also linked to abundance. Like infinity means abundance too, because it's never ending. So when I see 888, that's like my sign of abundance. Like, yes, this is an abundant thing that you're doing. Do it. You're supported. Financial things are going to work out, and they generally do. So angel numbers are a great place to start. Again, you don't need to know all the details. You don't need to look them up every single time. Just know that they're validation guiding you in the moment from the universe, from your spirit guides, maybe from your past loved ones. When it comes to your past loved ones, though, oftentimes you'll see signs correlated to things that you had connection with them in this life. Say your aunt loved ladybugs, so you keep having ladybugs land on you after they passed, or you think of them and you have ladybugs land on you, or maybe you see like a bumper sticker with a ladybug, or a ladybug on a flyer, like illustrated. Those can be signs from your loved ones. You can also make your own signs with the universe. So you can decide, this is my sign to support me. So signs that I utilize for myself are going back to abundance. I have many signs for abundance. One being bees. In general, bees have different meanings, but bees to me represent abundance. So when I see bees, I get reminded of abundance. Like, I actually have let bees crawl on me. It's not scary at all. I no longer have fear towards them because I'm like, this is a sign of abundance. They never sting me. I even have friends who feel the same way, and they've lost their fear of bees, and they've had bees like land in their palm, and it's like, oh, this is like a blessing, a sign of abundance. So whenever I see bees, I'm like reminded of the abundance. Hummingbirds are very big spiritual signs. They're signs of spirit, and in general, they're also connected to abundance and many other things as well. But so when I see hummingbirds, usually those are connected to loved ones, or they're a sign of abundance. Another sign of abundance that I have assigned abundance to is the flower birds of paradise. So whenever I see the flower birds of paradise, I'm reminded of abundance. Even from a non-spiritual sense, if you have all of these signs that are sparking these positive thoughts everywhere you go, every time I see the birds of paradise flower, abundance comes to my mind. And in LA, there are birds of paradise flowers often all over the place. So I'm on a walk and I'm like, oh my gosh, birds of paradise flower. I'm so abundant. And I'm just getting reminded of that all the time. It's such a great way to help program your subconscious mind. But it also happens in such magical ways. Like literally the other day, I was having a business idea, a course creation idea. And in that moment, I look over and there is a hummingbird, one of my signs of abundance, that flies down and is hovering over a birds of paradise flower right above it. Another sign of abundance for me. And the hummingbird is looking directly at me and then just flies off. And I'm like, okay, a sign that I should go through with that business idea. It's on path. It's supported by the universe. It's supporting my flow of abundance. Great. So I'm getting signs like that all the time. And I notice the more I'm open and the more I'm following these signs and accepting these signs, the more miracles and the more manifestations happen in my life. And the more I see signs and the more I get intuitive guidance. The more you're open to it, the more it comes in. Being open to the angel numbers. Setting your own signs. What do you want things to mean? So in general, birds, butterflies, winged things generally are signs from spirit. Like, you might hear like your loved one sends you butterflies. I've heard that before, like your aunt sends you butterflies. For me, when I see butterflies, not only do I think of my aunt, like, oh, a sign from my aunt, especially when I'm thinking of something significant, but butterfly is also a symbol of transformation. They transform from a little crawly bug, a little caterpillar, to a beautiful butterfly. They transform. They're a sign of transformation. So also, when I walk around and I see a butterfly, I'm reminded of like, oh, I'm transforming. My life is changing. I'm on the right path. It's another reminder, another beautiful reminder. A big angel sign is seeing feathers. So seeing feathers all over the place, knowing that you're supported. Also, pennies and dimes tend to be a sign from spirit as well. There's so many things. There are so many things, but it's such a beautiful and magical experience. And if your intuition opening up is something you desire, the more you acknowledge the physical signs outside of yourself, follow the lead of those signs, and get excited about seeing them and cherish that guidance, the more you're going to get the direct intuitive guidance. But you first have to be open to the signs too. Like, it is enough. I know some people who really want to open their intuition and they're like, no, the signs aren't enough. I want more. I want to be more tapped in. But by acknowledging all of the signs, that helps you become more tapped in. And it's so beautiful. It helps you with your manifestations. Honestly, the energies around us are always guiding us. The universe is always guiding us. Your guides are always guiding you. Your loved one's trying to connect with you in so many ways. So acknowledging how supported we are. Life doesn't feel so lonely. And I can't even explain to you the insane, don't even want to use that word, but the insane synchronicities at the perfect timing, always showing up. And then things always working out because I'm trusting, believing it, and guided by those signs. Honestly, miracles happen. So again, angel numbers, start looking out for them, create your own signs, keep an eye out for other signs. And if anything ever does seem significant, you can look it up. Like I said, you don't necessarily have to look up what every single angel number means. 7 is good luck, 8 is abundance and infinity. Like all the other ones, you know, they're just guiding you in general, but you can. But if some other random sign pops up and it feels significant, you can, for one, just feel into what you think it means. But for example, the other day I was driving on a residential street in California and a deer, like a doe, comes walking slowly near me and is just like looking at me. It's not scared, it's looking right at me. And I'm like, this feels really significant. So in that moment, well, not in that moment, when I got to a stop and pulled over, I looked up the spiritual meaning of a deer. And it was the exact message that was relevant and I needed in that moment. So that's another tool to utilize. You can always look up spiritual meaning of blank. And it's also not about constantly trying to hunt down and keep an eye out for all the angel numbers. Sometimes I'll catch myself doing that, trying to look for the signs. Like, does that house have 333 on it? Does that license plate have a number? It's in those moments where something's happening and you just look up and it's right there. You don't have to seek it out, but you also have to be open to it. You don't have to seek it out, be open to it, and notice the significance of the moment and your thoughts in the moment and what's going on around you to decipher the meaning of those signs. But this is such a beautiful way to live a much more magical life. But anyway, thank you if you made it this far into the video. I'm sending you all the love, sending you all the magic. To enter to win though, this amazing book, Signs, The Secret Language of the Universe by Laura Lynn Jackson. A collection of incredible stories that speak to the universe's endless capacity for magical moments. Then you first must be a subscriber, so click that subscribe button. You must like this video and then leave a comment with your name, your age, your country, and your biggest takeaway of this video, and I will choose a winner. And also, if you want to share down below any signs and synchronicities that you've experienced, let's share our stories, because I've had some pretty magical moments and I would love to hear some of yours as well. But thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. And that is all for today. I will see you soon with a new video. All right, bye guys.